Okay, so today I am going to introduce the reading. This is the standard you are working on. I can compare and contrast the overall structure, chronological comparison, cause and effect, problem and solution of events, ideas, concepts, or information in two or more texts. Your essential questions are: what are text structures? How can they help you understand a text? What are similarities and differences in the overall structure of two or more texts? How do similarities and differences in the overall structure contribute to the meaning of the texts? So basically, what is text structure? Text structure refers to how the information within a written text is organized. It can help students understand that a text might present a main idea and details, a cause and then its effects, and or different views of a topic. Most importantly, it helps students improve their understanding, their comprehension of different texts. So here is our text structure anchor chart. We have 5 different text structures. They are description, sequence, cause and effect, compare and contrast, problem and solution. So this first section are all the signal words. When you're reading, this tells you how to find clues in your text. It will use some of these words sometimes. Sometimes it just tells you what to look for. These are the graphic organizers that go with these text structures. The first one is description. So basically in this middle section, you would write down what you are going to describe. What you describe will be a person, a place, or thing. And then everything that goes on the outside is you telling about what it looks, feels, tastes, or sounds like. And then sequence is when you tell about something, like how to make something, you're telling it in steps, or you're using dates to figure out what something happened in order, how it happened in order. Then you have cause and effect, which is when you look for what was one cause and then what was all the things that happened because of that cause. And then you have the Venn diagram for compare and contrast, telling about what is the same and what is different about two things. And then we have problem and solution. You find out the problem, and then you find out all the different solutions that you can do to figure out the problem. And then the examples part just tells you that these are some of the things that you can use these graphic organizers with. So our overall goal this year is a word called comprehension. Text structure using these graphic organizers will help us with our comprehension. So in closing to that, what is one thing about reading that text structure helps us improve? The one thing that text structure helps us improve in reading is comprehension. Comprehension helps us remember what we read. It helps us understand what we are reading. So basically, comprehension is not how fast you can read or what you remember. It's to help you understand what you are reading. So to move on, the first text structure that we're going to look at is description. Description, these are the key words. These are some words that you might look for or some things that you might see in the text. So here is the text that you will be working with. Lobsters are reddish green, blue in color. They have 2 claws that can pinch. They also have 8 legs. In addition, they have 2 antennas that help them feel to find out where they are. So if you look in this, the word in addition is a key word. But if you look at the passage more, you will see reddish green and blue in color, have 2 claws that can pinch, have 8 legs, have 2 antennas. These are all part of description. It is telling you what lobsters are like, what they look like, what they do. So for that reason, this is a description passage. The next text structure we're going to look at is sequence or chronological. Basically, this is the steps or the process of what you are talking about. Usually you use first, next, then, after, before, or you use dates, events, or the order of something. So here's the passage that goes with this. First, sharks use their keen sense of smell to track down an animal for lunch. Then they race towards the prey while steering with their tails. Finally, they open their mouths and bite hard. So the keywords that we look for are first, then, and finally. Just these 3 words tell us in what order these things are happening. So first, the sharks use their keen sense of smell to track down an animal. Then they race towards their prey. Then they open their mouths and they bite hard on the animal that they were tracking. So this tells us that this is chronological or a sequence of something. The next text structure we're going to look at is cause and effect. Cause and effect keywords are if, then, reasons, why, because, as a result, this led to, consequently, due to. So in this passage, we are going to look for something that happened and why it happened. So Carol forgot to add yeast to the dough when she was baking. Therefore, her wheat bread did not rise, and she was not able to eat it. So if we look at this, the only key word that we find is therefore. But therefore doesn't tell us if it's really cause and effect. So what we do is we look at the text and we find the words forgot to add yeast. So because of Carol forgetting to add the yeast, what happened? Her wheat bread did not rise and she was not able to eat it. So because of that, because we went further than just the key words, we confirm this passage to be a cause and effect passage because it tells us what happened and why it happened. So the next one is compare and contrast. Compare and contrast keywords are these. There's a lot of compare and contrast, but compare and contrast has to do with finding the Similarities and differences of a text. So basically, you will be using something like this. It's called a Venn diagram. When you use this, you tell about what is the same in the middle. You're telling about two different things, and you're telling about what's the same in the middle, what is different about one thing, what is different about the other. So in this passage, we have tigers and lions are both cats. However, tigers have stripes and lions do not. Both have very good nighttime vision. Unlike lions, tigers like water and are good swimmers. So if we look for keywords, we have both here, however, both, and unlike. So these tell us about what is the same. The words both tell us about what is the same. In here, it's telling us that tigers and lions are both cats, and they both have good nighttime vision. So those two would go in the middle. However and unlike are both contrasting words. So these two parts are telling us about what is different about both of them. Tigers have stripes and lions do not. So we would write stripes, no stripes. And then, unlike lions, tigers like water and are good swimmers. So here it says tigers like water and are good swimmers. So we're going to write like water and good swimmers. And then it's telling us that lions don't. So lions don't like water and are not good swimmers. So that's how you would, because of these words, and because we're able to be able to imagine where these things go on a Venn diagram, this is why we said that this was a compare and contrast passage. So the last one is problem and solution. Problem and solution. Keywords are problem is, dilemma is, if then, because, so that, question, answer, problem is solved, reason why. You won't really look for keywords. If you do not find keywords, there is another approach that you will take. So here's the passage that we're going to work with. We didn't know how to get our cat down from the tree after the neighbor's dog chased her. The fire department came to the rescue. So, since we noticed that none of these words are in our passage, we are going to look for the problem and the solution. So the problem in this case is they didn't know how to get their cat down from the tree. The solution was that they called the fire department and the fire department came to rescue the cat. So this is problem and solution. We found the problem in the passage and we found what the solution was, how they fixed their problem. This is why this passage is a problem and solution passage. So in your worksheet this week, you have a reading worksheet called text structure. So in this text structure worksheet, you will have the anchor chart I just showed you. It will tell you to look for these signal words, but all these signal words are not, you will not always find them in the story. So you have to be able to tell from reading the story exactly what's going on. So these blue boxes tell you about how you can use these different text structures. The second page is your worksheet. So You have chronological, sequence, cause and effect, problem and solution, compare and contrast. So these are the answers that you are going to write in here, in these yellow boxes. So number 1 says tornadoes and hurricanes are both amazing, yet deadly natural phenomena. Both generate deadly conditions, but in different ways. Tornadoes are likely to damage people and property with their high winds, which go up to 300 miles per hour. But hurricanes are generally more feared for their flooding. Also, hurricanes can produce tornadoes, which makes them quite dangerous indeed. So, what are you going to do? You're going to look for clue words. We have the word both there, and the word both is a clue word. Then we have another word that says both, which is another clue word. And then we have the clue words here. This is the word. This is the word, but it is a clue word. And we have another one here. So these are clue words that this passage is compare and contrast. So this is what you're going to do when you are looking at your worksheet. Make sure that you are looking for clue words so that you can tell which one of these text structures is your answer. So here we have compare and contrast, and that is the correct answer because we have the clue words both, but, and then the word also is another clue word. So this is how you will do your worksheet. You can continue on the other 4 on your own, and good luck with this assignment. That is all I have, and you will be completing this, and you will also get a test that you will be working on this Friday. So good luck to you on all that, and be safe out there. Bye.